ज़्यादा ही पिंक हो गई हूँ। पिंक कलर एक ऐसा कलर है जो अक्सर वुमेन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, वुमेन पावर को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। सो बस पिंक कलर की ड्रेसेस मेरे पास बहुत सारा है। सो मे बी आई एम रिप्रेजेंटिंग दैट स्ट्रेंथ टू बी। आई हैव फाउंड कि as a woman we try to contract all the time. We don't expand to occupy these spaces. So I have observed keenly in myself, and because once the inner critic dominates, more than progress, it's harming your health. In fact, one of these studies that has been done, which has been the negative talk that we are doing, is really hampering our health, and therefore it's essential that we overcome that inner critique. Inner critique will continue to stay within us. So let's say if I'm going to start something. हेलो फ्रेंड्स एंड वेलकम बैक टू अपराजिता टेल व्लॉग। और समय कुछ 1 बज रहा है और मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही पिंक हो गई हूँ। पिंक कलर एक ऐसा कलर है जो अक्सर वुमेन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, वुमेन पावर को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। सो बस पिंक कलर की ड्रेसेस मेरे पास बहुत सारा है। सो मे बी आई एम रिप्रेजेंटिंग that strength that a woman has. So like I said, today's Sunday. I was free to talk on something. So to begin with, one of the things, let me fix the camera first. Yeah, so I think I fixed the camera right. So to when you talk about like so as a woman, I have observed like growing up as a child, and also over the time period with my journey, how it has turned out to be. I have found ki as a woman we try to contract all the time. We don't expand to occupy these spaces. So I have observed keenly in myself, and I keep on working on that area, that as a woman we have been taught all the time to adjust, to contract, to fit into places, to contract, not to have an opinion, to contract, to listen to other people's opinion, which I find energetically as a woman you are not meant to be. So you should always occupy spaces wherever you enter, and it goes not just in one area of life. So I mean, this can happen in number of spaces. When you talk about this contraction as a woman, that happens in number of places. So it can happen in a conversation. So let's say if you're talking to someone and someone is not giving that value to the point that you're putting it across, and your conversations are cut, and some other person dominates. People think they are coming more from a better place of experience, and therefore your opinion is not given so much importance. So it has happened over the time period, and I realized that it's not my job to contract, but I have come onto this earth as an individual to expand and to put my opinions and thought across. In fact, each one of us have come onto this earth with our unique skill set, and therefore it's important that as a woman, wherever you enter, make sure you expand rather than contracting. So it can happen if, let's say, if you're entering into auditorium where there are 100 people, you just want to shrink in some corner, or you just want to shrink that nobody sees you. And these things are like, as a child when you're growing up, it has been taught in a very subtle way, subconsciously to you, that you have to shrink all the while. So let's say if you wear a really good dress, now everybody is looking at you, which is in a way, in childhood you are taught this stuff that if you look really well, it's not good, you should just shrink and people should not look at you, and therefore a woman should dress down, a woman should not come as somebody who is like continuously being appreciated. And as a consequence of that, women within themselves develops a very strong inner critic. So anyhow, the inner critic stays within ourselves all the time. So inner critic is something which always thrashes you for anything that you're trying to do. So let's say if you start doing a work, it will say tum to itna kharab karte, you can't do it. That's your inner critic talking. And as long as your inner critic continues to stay inside you, it will never let you do it. Sometimes it's good, but you imagine if there is a small child and all the time you are telling to that small child that you are bad in this, you can't do this, you can't do this, naturally the child would not be able to do. So within ourselves also there is an inner critic which reside. So we still are that 3-year-old child is residing within us. So which if we inner critic, we keep on criticizing that child, it will never get the courage to do the things. And this is what fundamentally is about. So this is what it is about, like fundamentally when you talk about that inner critic, and this inner critic creates a lot of fear within you. It doesn't let you do the things that you could really do to your best of your capacities, and it takes a lot of effort to kill that inner critic, because that inner critic is a barrier to your own progress. And the people who have overcome their inner critique can still go ahead, they have overcome the fear that they face. But people around you are still in that zone that they can have inner critique. And therefore I personally believe that you should always have company of the people that really appreciate you, and they see the positive things that you are doing. So the people who do really negative talks are the people who are still trying to overcome their inner critique. So they are ruthless with them in terms of anything that they do, and they become equally ruthless with the other person as to what they can do, what they cannot do. But your whole life is a journey about overcoming your own fear. It's not about anybody, but environment is something which plays a very important role. So that environment can be created by you within your own space by killing all those inner critique talks, and also it can be created by the people whom you are surrounding with. So you can choose what type of thought should come into your mind. You can always exercise the choice that what type of growth you are looking forward into your life, so that the inner critique does not dominate. Because once the inner critique dominates, more than progress, it's harming your health. In fact, one of these studies that has been done, which has been the negative talk that we are doing, is really hampering our health, and therefore it's essential that we overcome that inner critique. Inner critique will continue to stay within us. So let's say if I'm going to start something, I'm going to work on something. Let's say if I'm going to planning to start my channel or get into something new, my inner critique will say, have you done it before? Do you know how to do it? Do you have a skill set to do it? Why are you even getting into it? Just stop, don't do it. There are so many good people. How would you make that place in that area if everybody else is really good? Just stop it, don't do it. So this is how your inner critique talks to you. It just bashes you, it thrashes you, it takes your willpower, it takes your gut feeling, it takes everything around, and it just wants you to not do the thing. So if you go by your inner critique, it will not let you do anything. You have to overcome that inner critique conversation and the talks, and then only you would be in a position to really get over your fear. So fear is one of the things which really affects how we are making the decision. So let's say if I want to take a plunge into something new, naturally my fear will dominate, which is my inner critique, which will start saying things like, tumse kuch nahi ho sakta, you cannot do this. So already there are people around who have not done these things, will already say it to you, right? So those are the people who will always say ki you can't do this, someone else is doing better than you, why do you want to do it, just it's waste of time, this. So people around you already are in a very inner critique mode. So I personally believe you should own yourself, and you should just let your inner critique just subside down, so that you can really make an effort in the direction that you can dominate your inner critique and work whatever you want to. So there is no limit as to where you can grow, which direction you can grow. Each individual has been sent on this earth with its own unique ability, and each one of have the unique skill set. The only way is to, when that fear, the inner child comes up which tells you not to do it, just don't listen to it. Just don't listen to that inner critique. It can do a lot of harm to you. in the sense that it undermines your potential. It doesn't let you do the things that you want to do. It affects your health. So if you are in too much of negative thrashing and bashing yourself, you're ruthless with yourself. I mean, anyhow, the world is ruthless and it bashes you. You don't want to be the person who is itself criticizing yourself. It's not good for your health. So currently I'm reading also a book, Heal Your Life. It's an interesting book that I am reading. It's really giving me good insights into how when you were 3 to 5 years old, how the conversations happened with you, with your people around you, has shaped the person that you have become. But anyhow, if you work and you can come with a place of awareness, where from that awareness you can work on your inner critique, and then overcoming your own inner critique takes a lot of effort and a lot of work. It's the inner work that you need to keep on doing it. It's a part of a self development, because inner critique will keep on coming one or the more time, but somehow you have to take that space to dominate your inner critique and get into more positive. So within ourselves we have all the emotions within us. So we have a lot of negative emotions which are on a lower frequency, and then we have a higher stuff, which is basic exploring, creating, joy. These are the higher level of but these all reside within us. So it's your choice which one you are going to take. So if you really want to expand in your life, and I always say one should expand wherever they enter and not contract, especially women, because women have been told for the longest time period that you need to contract in places where you enter. Nobody should notice you, nobody should know that you, I mean, I know as a person that at times when you're entering a room and you're dressed really well, people will just look at you, and then you have to undermine yourself and just try to shrink, go into that corner so that nobody sees you, because you are getting attention. And because as a kid you have been told that attention is not really, it's very unsafe, it's a very insecure place, and therefore subconsciously it has been feeded in your mind. But I personally believe, as a woman, if you really want to progress, start occupying spaces, start expanding in the places where you enter, start putting your opinion across, start putting your thoughts across to the wherever you want to. There is no good or bad level of conversations or opinion. It's your unique expression that universe want you to express, and therefore I personally believe, please own your own individuality. Anyhow, the world is ruthless, everybody else is going to criticize. At least don't be your own inner critique. Create a space for yourself, a healthy, safe space where you can be you can express the things the way you want to. And it's a continuous journey. It doesn't happen in one day that you taught yourself that your inner critique will just die. It's every day, every time you're doing something, the inner critique will come and tell you that this is not the way it needs to be done, you don't know how to do it. There are many stages to learn it, but somehow if you overcome all these inner critique conversations, then I think one can really flourish. And as a woman, I personally believe, expand, occupy places by your presence, and that way you will make yourself happy. You should try to make yourself happy. The world will take care of itself. You don't need to contract, shrink, and not occupy places in order to make other people. So women for the longest time period have been taught that they should give priority to everyone else, nurture, care, but not to care for themselves. But I think it's a high time that we as women realize that if we don't take care of ourselves, we don't nurture ourselves, it will have consequences of our caliber to take care of others or nurture others, to give the love and affection. And that would be very harmful to ourselves and not to anybody else, because it will affect our physical health, and all those health issues will come up. So I'm reading a lot of books on this area, which is basically talking about how you can reach to your true potential by working your way. So therefore I personally believe that women should just occupy spaces and expand wherever they should go. I hope this conversation made some sense. It might add value to your self development progress. It's a long journey. Self development is a very long journey. It doesn't happen just one day snapping it and there you are. It's a continuous journey where you create that awareness that where are the areas I need to work, what are my strengths, and pick those strengths and try to build it on. Nobody is here on this universe without their unique skill set. The only thing you're required to do is just identify that what is it that you have really unique, pick it up, put it out there, and you will really start occupying spaces, you will expand, and this is how it is. So that's it. Maybe when I finish reading my books, I'll come and talk onto that area more. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Continue to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel.